Hello, welcome to the Clarinet Companion course, and welcome to the first lesson. We're going to learn to put the clarinet together without causing it any damage. First thing we have to do is to take some cork grease. Now this cork grease usually comes in this lipstick type of applicator. Very simply we just put a little bit round the cork like that on each of the joints to make sure that they're well lubricated. You don't want to put too much on. If you've got a new clarinet, you will find that your cork requires a little bit more cork grease than my clarinet certainly does. New cork, you probably have to grease your cork every time you play, but once the cork absorbs some of the grease, you'll find that it doesn't need to be greased every time. Just gently rub the cork grease into the cork like that. You'll see the cork grease on the cork on my clarinet is a dark brown colour. If you've got a new clarinet, it'll be light coloured. That's because this one has picked up the grease and absorbed it along with some particles of dirt. Now put that in like that, not too much cork grease. Now you'll have some excess cork grease on your hands. It's very important that you don't get this grease all over the wood or on the keys, so you need to wipe it off your hands. The best idea is to have some tissue available. I use the back of your trousers like I do. Now, taking the lower joint first, we're going to apply the bell onto the lower joint. Now, when you're holding the lower joint, don't clasp onto any of the levers round about this area of the clarinet. Very important not to grab hold of those, particularly if you've got a cheaper beginner's model of clarinet, because very often the metal is quite bendy, it's not very strong and it's easy to bend it. So holding on to the lower part of the lower joint, we just take the bell and twist and turn it on like so. Now this is the critical part of putting the clarinet together. Here we have the upper joint, and if I press down on this lever here, you will see there's another lever there, sorry, this key here. This lever goes up and down here. Now it's important that that lever doesn't get damaged against any other part of the clarinet. So what we do when we put it together is I take a hold of the upper joint and hold that key down, and then this lever raises up like so. So I hold that lever, I push down on that key, hold the lever up, and then push and twist the clarinet gently together like so until that lever is straight at the back here. And you can see from the front of the clarinet that the holes line up. If you want more detailed shots of all of this, you can go to the website at www.clarinetcompanion.com, and there are a lot of different detailed photographs that show you all of these things quite clearly. Now, once you've got that far, push the barrel onto the top and then simply add the mouthpiece on top of that. When you put the mouthpiece on, make sure that the flat part of the mouthpiece lines up with the long key, the hole and the thumb rest at the back of the clarinet. And there your clarinet is ready to play. Almost. Now, if you want to find any more about the free lessons, you can go to www.clarinetcompanion.com.